Hello, everyone. How we doing? Good afternoon to you. This is your boy Food Junkie, and you saw the title. Allow me to give my opinion on this fight. What's up, KC? What's up, Poison Ivy? What's up, All Mine, baby? What's going on? And I know y'all thinking about, oh, I'm gonna get into this BS with what's going on in this sector. I don't got time. I really don't care about this sector like that. Far as what's up, little whole ooh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let me rewind that. I love everyone in the sector. I don't care about the bullshit and the fighting that goes on in this sector because it's redundant to me. So please don't take this the wrong way. Like I said, I don't care about the bullshit and the fighting that goes on in this sector. It's redundant to me. So that's why I don't care. But I love the sector. I love the people in the sector. Well, it's not. So please don't get offended if you did. How quick people easily to get offended by what someone says. What's up, Ken? How you doing? Don't be hiding in the bushes. You can speak. But I'm not talking about your fight. I'm talking about another fight that's going on that's getting big in the whole atmosphere. Um, and that is the whole Monet Exchange, Tamisha Iman from Drag Race fight. The whole Drag Race, Tamisha Iman, Monet Exchange about the drag queen situation. So y'all can stay if y'all want to, or y'all can leave. It's up to you. Thank you, baby. I appreciate it. But I'm making the video because I hear people, especially people from this sector, it's we call it fight now, but who cares? People in this sector making videos about this situation. And once again, using the same, hey, Miss Queenie, baby, how you doing? Using the same nonsense and illogical means of thinking that they used with me. Tell me if this sounds familiar to you guys. What's up, Big Set? How you doing? Tell me if this sounds familiar. I only knew about Tamisha Iman through Bob. I only knew about her sneakers through Bob. If it wasn't for Bob, I wouldn't have known anything about Tamisha. I only knew about Tamisha because of RuPaul's Drag Race. Doesn't that sound familiar, you guys? Doesn't it sound like, oh, I only knew about Food Junkie through so-and-so, and if I wouldn't have known about, if so-and-so wouldn't have never mentioned Food Junkie, I would have never known about him? See, the thing is this. You can't use the same illogical stupidity with everybody. You can't use the same illogical stupidity with every argument you have, or every disagreement you have, or every time you want to come on camera and talk mess about somebody. Well, it's not. Oh, I wouldn't have known about you if it wasn't for. First of all, Tamisha Iman have been doing drag for 30 years. She is a staple in the drag community. She is a legend in the drag community. Just because you haven't heard of her, so you say, that means that you're not as into the drag community or as a community as you say you are. Because anybody who know about the pageantry, black pageantry, have heard of and understand who Tamisha Iman is. See, my thing is this. How many times have I told you guys, and this is going to relate to us as well, how many times have I told you guys that not everyone plays the same? Not everyone finds you funny. Not everyone finds your jokes funny. Not everyone likes to be picked and poked at the same. I've been telling you guys this for a while now. And when you think that you tell a joke, that's fine. You continuously telling the same joke becomes or seems as though you are picking on or bullying someone. So let me tell you how this whole thing really started with Tamisha Iman and Monet. It all started with a joke made by Bob the drag queen on sibling watchery. Yes, Bob loved Tamisha. Bob was infatuated with Tamisha. Yes, and they gave her good compliments on her clothes every once in a while. Was not. But like Tamisha asked, like, mind you, I love Bob, I love Monet, and I love me some Tamisha. You know what I'm saying? But who is Bob and Monet? Some of the two worst critique fashion-wise to critique someone else's fashion. That's what Tamisha was saying. And if y'all remember what Tamisha said in her, what's it called? The first look, or when they have the whole when they introduce the queens, what Tamisha said is she does her own hair, she does her own jewelry, she does her own makeup, and she does her own fashions. So someone who is a well-rounded queen who can do their own stuff as far as create their own looks, their own garments, all the intricate beading and sewing and netting and stuff that she does with her clothing. Who is some two people who can't even put themselves together in a way that looks like anything majority of the time, to question her. A lot of people may not like the fact that she seems a little arrogant. Hey, Nappy Chow, what's up, baby? May seems a little arrogant or may come off a little full of herself, Tamisha, that is. It doesn't mean that she doesn't understand. She listens because every critique she got on that show, she applied. But then to come back home to hear people talking shit about her was not where especially people who can't do what she do, is a problem. I will have a problem with that. Now, mind you, I still love me some Bob and I love me some Monet. But the whole situation started because they took a joke way too far. They took a joke way. Hey, Cynthia, how you doing, baby? They took a joke way too far. The first time it happened, let me tell you when it happened was not who's following but not really know, or who wants to insert themselves into it as if they are an authority because you are a cousin or a sibling on Bob and Monet's Patreon. It started when Monet didn't like something that Tamisha had on, or something that Tamisha did on Sibling Watchery. And Bob made the joke, ooh, Tamisha Iman is coming for you. And that came from Tamisha Iman's song when she first when they had the little, was it Phenomenal or was it the other one? Whatever, when they split up into groups was not, and Tamisha was team part of the second team, the teams who lost their first lip sync. And part of her little rap was, Tamisha Iman is coming for you, showing the girls what I can do. So Bob took that Tamisha Iman is coming for you aspect and used it against Monet as a joke towards Monet to tell her basically, oh, watch out what you said was that because Tamisha Iman could come for you and you know she liked to fight based on what Lala Ree said on camera. So when the next time, you know what I'm saying, Bob and Monet was together, Bob ran with the same joke, being messy. Oh, Tamisha Iman's coming for you was not Tamisha Iman coming for you. So Bob kept putting that out there, that Tamisha Iman was coming for her. Tamisha Iman didn't even say anything about Monet initially. She truly did ignore Monet in the commentary because she knew what it is. She's been to pageants before. She's been over a whole bunch. Hey, Anthony, how you doing, baby? She's been a whole bunch of pageants before. Won some, lost some. So she understands how it is in the drag world. She understands how people are going to critique and judge and this and that. So she don't let things like that bother her. Because if she did, she wouldn't be a legend and be a part of this drag community or the drag community for 30 years. If she was so thin-skinned and letting every little thing that people say bother her was not. But it hits differently when you are being talked about or being drugged, whatever, in a small thing, opposed to being drugged on a large platform such as what Bob and Monet has. It hits differently. It hits differently when you've been talked about by 2 or 3 people. It's not when you've been talked about 2 to 3,000 people. And when Tamisha Iman said that we all hear about what kind of turmoil that the black and brown girls go through the RuPaul fandom. And when you have 2 of the most popular brown girls from RuPaul's Drag Race who seemingly have crossed over, tearing down a Tamisha Iman, of course it's going to hit differently. We hear about what happened to Dita Reese. We hear about what happened to Kenny Davenport. We hear about what's going on with the Vixen. We hear about what's going on with, all these other black and brown girls. And when you have 2 of the most popular girls who happen to be black talking shit about other brown girls from RuPaul's Drag Race, it's going to hit differently. When they're constantly making jokes about this one individual every week, and Bob keep throwing out there that Tamisha Iman is coming for you, towards Monet, it hits differently. It's something that will get you after a while, regardless if you sign up for it or not. And my thing is this, I don't mind, like I said, I'm just telling you what's going on based on what I see. My opinion is not what it is. My opinion is not important. But I do know that Bob did start this whole Tamisha Iman is coming for you thing. Granted, she likes her lyrics. She liked her lyrics. She likes Tamisha Iman, but you can still like somebody else not and still offend them. You can still like someone, but still be offensive toward them. It's not unheard of for someone who likes someone to still say something that is derogatory toward that individual. They say something that is not cool toward that individual. Now, for people to not understand, because that I watch all the sibling watchery, I watch all the sibling rivalry. I also watch all the Tamisha Iman shows. Her little drag performances, her contest she have on her channel where two people lip sync was not, and she pick a winner and the winner compete against each other. I watch all those things. I've also watched Monet before. I mean, like back in the days when she was doing her makeup on the street. She wore this little green African muumuu / gown / dress / whatever it's not. Her bald hair. She'll walk around with her makeup kit and a crate. She'll sit down on the pier and put her makeup on in public and have it and film it. That's a form of art. I watched all those things. I watched a lot of stuff that I'm not on here talking about because it's not an issue. So for someone to say, "Oh, I wouldn't have known about Tamisha Iman if it wasn't for Bob. I would have known about Tamisha Iman's shoes if it wasn't for Bob." First of all, I knew about Tamisha Iman's shoes through Tamisha Iman, her channel. I knew about Tamisha Iman's products and her merch through Tamisha Iman. Hey, baby, what's how you doing? It's not because of someone else that I know of a Tamisha Iman. I knew of a Tamisha Iman before Tamisha Iman was picked to go on Drag Race. Hey, View, how you doing, baby? Thank you. It's funny how people think that someone, just because you heard of them through someone, that the person was nobody before then. How do you think that people know that Tamisha Iman is a legend? How do you think that, you know what I'm saying, people know of the legendary stuff that Tamisha Iman have done, her legendary children? How do you think that why they found out that when they found out that Tamisha Iman was Lala Ree's drag mother who had first put Lala Ree in drag, they were like, ooh, wow. You're that Iman. See, you may not have known her face, but the name Tamisha Iman has always been a fixture in the drag community. See, for people who think that they know everything, try to speak so eloquently and so educated about things where they have no idea what the fuck is going on because they only know about their little small circle that they have allowed themselves to be a part of. That's what you know of. The world is so much bigger than what you think it is. People's expansion and explosion and their reach is much bigger than what you see it as. It's not, you know what I'm saying, the fact that you've heard of her shoes through Bob the Drag Queen. How do you think Bob the Drag Queen heard of Tamisha Iman's shoes? How do you think that Monet Exchange heard of Tamisha Iman's shoes? How do you think that a lot of people who have these drag channels heard of Tamisha Iman's shoes? It wasn't through drag. It wasn't through Bob. It was through them watching Tamisha Iman. I would be offended as well if two of the largest people that I felt was my cool people that in the drag world they call their sisters, two of the top black girls in the drag atmosphere was trying to dog me out when they can't do half the stuff that I do with fabric and garments and looks. I'm just saying, and this is not me reading Bob and Monet. This is me telling the truth. Tamisha Iman is a full-fledged all-around queen. She is legendary. She does her own wig styling. She does her own. Hey, face baby, how you doing? Got that on to you. She does her own makeup. She does her own putting her shit together. She does her own garment and sewing and things like that. Her own designs. And when you have two people who can't do that themselves, or not on the level where Tamisha Iman has been doing it for the past 30 years, and then you want to critique someone based on something that was edited, which you know the process of editing, yeah, it's a problem. It's an issue. If anybody who don't understand what that is that's their issue. We know as Black people in the real world, it's hard for us to get along. It's hard for us to give each other our props. It's hard for us to give each other, you know what I'm saying, our kudos. But on an international level, someone who looks like me is putting me down just because you are under the favor or under the umbrella of a certain corporation. Because that's really what it looks like. It really does look like Bob and Monet is under the WOW umbrella. They are one of the two go-to brown girls for a while. So while they say they don't do XYZ and they're quote-unquote Black power this and Black power that, who's in their employ? All I see is white men in their employ, white women in their employ. I don't ever see them employing Black people. So when Tamisha Iman asks you, are you Black for real? That's a valid question. While the vixen asking them, how Black are you, or you just want the Black dollar? Those are valid questions. Now, mind you, I like me some Bob. I like me some Monet. But the joke that Bob started with Monet has went too far. And this right here shows you exactly what it could turn into. This shows you how not everyone jokes the same. Not everyone plays the same. Not everyone's going to take your sense of humor the same. Not everyone wants to be the butt of a joke. Not everyone reacts and responds the same. And whether or not that Tamisha Iman talked to Raven, talked to Raja, talked to Trixie, or talked to anyone else who has said something negative about her, that's not the point. The point is she's talking to her quote-unquote sisters, people who look like her, people who have experienced the same shit that she's experienced, good, bad, and or indifferent. She's talking to them. And it seems as though they're not hearing her. See, now I asked you to leave me alone. Tamisha, don't do that. She just come up and attack you right back after so long. She'll keep quiet for a minute and then, you know what I'm saying, attack you right back. I ask you to leave me alone. Then I ignore you until I see you again. Then we have a different conversation. Because not everyone's playing the same games. Not everyone plays the same way. And it's not a threat at all. I'm just saying, y'all need to understand. When I say people don't play the same, people don't act the same, people don't. Hey, take it back, baby. How you doing? And you shouldn't expect them to. Yesterday, when Bob was live, after the Tamisha Iman thing, Bob came live, and he had Shangela and Eureka. So I guess it was filming something. They was on the road or something like that. And they were all talking, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And Bob seemingly kind of got it, what Shangela and what Eureka was saying. Granted, you were just playing. Granted, you was just being lighthearted and you like her was not. But she didn't take it that way. Give her the room and the experience to be offended. You can't tell someone what offends them. You can't tell someone what bothers them. You can't tell someone why they shouldn't be offended by what you said. It was a joke that you made, yes. But at the same time, you took the joke too far. And in that live, I was in the comment section saying, Bob started all this mess. Bob took it too far. No one always finds Bob funny. You could possibly offend someone. All up and down that chat saying stuff like that, whatever. Not because I don't like Bob, not because I'm on this I hate Bob and Monet train. Not that I'm on this let's uplift Tamisha's bad behavior because she has been behaving badly. Yes, I can admit that as well. But what's up, Carrie? How you doing? But the fact that Bob needs to acknowledge the fact that he started this whole Tamisha Iman is coming for you thing. It was cute once, but every time you come on camera and talk about Tamisha Iman, you're saying that she's coming for Monet, and she wasn't. No one's acknowledging that. No one's talking about that. No one's talking about the fact that Tamisha Iman was not coming for Monet until, like, was it after the reunion when Monet was going hard with his critiques? Sorry, her critiques. No one's talking about that. No one's looking at that. And then I saw something the other day that they posted on their Patreon was not all the conversations they had about Tamisha Iman. And granted, they were great conversations. They were good conversations, was not. But the thing is, they were still being shady. Not people, everyone's not going to allow you to keep on shading them. They were being shady. Slick shade, little sly shade was not. Not everyone is going to allow you to keep on trying to shade them. At some point, someone's going to speak out. And someone's going to say, that enough is enough. You know what I'm saying? You done did too much. And all they're going to remember is the negative things that you've done. The negative things that you said. If you said one negative thing every once in a while, that's fine. You don't like a silhouette of a gown or a dress, that's fine. But at the same time, hey Jaded, baby, how you doing? Jaded, what's your opinion about this fight between Tamisha Iman, Monet X Change, and Bob the drag queen? And the way that the black queens from RuPaul Drag Race is pretty much drugged and critiqued harder and messed with harder by the RuPaul Drag Race fandom than the white queens. Because I remember something on your channel that you posted about Drag Race a couple weeks ago. So I know that you watch and you have an opinion about it. I would love to hear what your commentary is, about the subject matter. Hello? Hello? Phone be ringing all day, but nobody been on it. Exactly. Right, Jaded. My thing is, and like I said, I think Bob started his whole thing with the jokes was not, and it just went too far. Not everyone plays the same. Not everyone jokes the same. Tamisha is a 52, 51, whatever old she is, man who does drag. He's not gonna sit here and let somebody who just been doing drag for a couple of years was not talk shit to him, was not about what they can and what they can't do and what they think and their opinions are. Granted, they are entitled to their opinions. But sometimes your opinions don't need to be heard by everybody. And on the platform in which Bob and Monet has their platform was not, it's offensive. They don't realize that, or we don't realize that, Tamisha is getting the backlash from what they say, regardless of how they feel. People that follows them is going to Tamisha with the negativity. Same thing with people on here. Well, it's not. My opinion is not necessary on here. So therefore, I very rarely give my personal opinion or what my beliefs are. But we see how if a content creator gives their opinion on here was not, their subscribers then go attack the person that they are talking about. It happens on here. No, I think this is not a Bob. I hate Bob or I hate Monet thing. But I'm saying I want people to understand where this whole narrative truly came from. It came from Bob's telling Monet X Change, Tamisha Iman is coming for you. That is based on that part of Tamisha Iman's song where she said, Tamisha Iman is coming for you to show the girls what I can do. That it comes from that. So Bob was actually legitimately joking with Monet. But if every week Bob is saying Tamisha Iman is coming for you, to Monet, joking or not, the messy, ill-informed fandom is going to go take that negativity to Tamisha, asking, why are you coming from Monet? All she's doing is giving her opinion. Why are you doing this? All she's doing is giving her opinion. While Bob is joking and laughing or joking about it, was not, the fandom is taking it seriously and spewing negativity over towards Tamisha Iman. Y'all know how it is. Like I said, the black and brown girls over in the RuPaul Drag Race fandom gets the hardest time anyway. So why would two of the most popular black girls purposely try to throw that type of salt in another girl's thing? Y'all seen it? The one with Eureka and Shangela, that one, Jaded, or she had another one before then? I'm sorry, after then, because I saw the one last night that she did live when she was with them. I saw that one. Who don't get the Trixie or Katya treatment? Bob and Monet? No, because they have their Trixie and Katya is with WoW. They have their own thing with WoW. Bob and Monet have their own thing by themselves off of that, so they won't get that. But thing is, still, Trixie, like I said, I wouldn't expect someone who don't look like me to understand what I've been going through. So I don't expect, Brad Pitt to address me or, talk to me in a certain way. But I would expect a Jaded Nerd, a James Caldwell, a Rick Reed to understand what I've been going through. So therefore, to critique me harsher or more vehemently, I will have a problem with you opposed to having a problem with a Brad Pitt. If that makes sense. Yeah, I saw that one. Okay. Exactly. Right. And I'm not saying that, because as much mess as Bob and Monet talk about RuPaul, they still are part of the darling group of RuPaul. Because what other brown and or black girl, besides hiding in closets, who was Miss Congeniality last season, has you been seeing, whatever, around as much? Maybe Latrice, you'll see her. She was in that Garnier commercial or whatever that commercial was with her, Manila, and Vanjie. But other than that, where else do you see, the brown girls or the black girls from RuPaul's Drag Race? And you hear all the stories. Listen to the Dealer Ritz, listen to the Vixens, listen to, the Monique Hart, all the other people. They have to jump through hoops and walk on fire just to get a little bit of treatment. Positive treatment, positive thing. Like, no. I see why Tamisha Iman is kind of upset. I'm not saying that all of her behavior has been appropriate, because it hasn't been. But I do understand why she's upset. But I also still understand that Bob and Monet is telling the joke. But at the same time, not everyone wants to be roasted. Not everyone wants to be gagged. Not everyone wants to be drugged. Not everyone thinks that that's funny. Some people, especially older people who don't know you, won't find that funny. Don't find that you're talking shit about them not even in a jokingly way or in a lovingly way not. They're not going to receive it that way. It just is what it is. Exactly. Nina Bonita Brown. Exactly. She felt that her experience has been just as horrible as Tamisha Iman's experience was. And that's her experience. Be it true or not, you can only put on a pasted on smile and a fake smile for so long. When you see what's going on around you, and you think that it's not fair, or you think that it's not cool. And for people to say, well, Tamisha Iman is not talented enough, baby, please. Tamisha Iman has more talent in her little figure than the majority of these girls on the RuPaul's Drag Race stage does. People fail to realize that she had a colostomy bag on her goddamn stomach while she was taping during fucking quarantine. People fail to realize, what's up, Fayette? How you doing? People fail to realize that Tamisha Iman had, you know what I'm saying, was just a year out of her cancer journey, was not, where 6 months ago she was even able to walk. But she still fought hard enough for her to put on the show that she did, and did not get eliminated first or second, got eliminated third. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, granted, it's not an issue. And then even when Bob was mentioning that on the show, Monet was saying, "Oh, well, she should know what she got into. There should be no concession. There should be no concessions about what she is. She can't do that." And Bob made the example. If you know that someone, because they knew that Tamisha Iman just got a cancer, was in remission for cancer. Not because she was slated to go on season 12, but she had cancer, so therefore she had to not go on that time. She had to go through her journey, whatever, and then she came back to season 13. So they know she had cancer, so they knew she was going through some type of medical situation. Was not, but yet they still invited her back. I wonder why. Then what Bob said is, if you know that a person has a wheelchair, but you want them to give up on that stage and do everything that everybody else do, at least give them a ramp for them to roll themselves up up on stage. But if you don't give them a wheelchair, if you don't give them a wheelchair ramp, and you want them to drag themselves up the stairs and breaking lights and dragging the wheelchair behind them, was not, and then get up there and they're supposed to perform like everyone else does, you're not giving them the right tools for them to be successful at the job that you want them to do. It just is what it is. And no one knew that she had an ostomy bag on her until after she left, doing an outro interview. That's when they found out she had an ostomy bag on it. See, everyone's see this. No, not against you. Hey, Shane, baby, how you doing? Not against you, Jaded, but I don't think Denali was all that. I don't think Denali was all that. That crazy ass, crippled ass duck walk she was doing. No, who was the dancing queen on there was Elliot with two T's. Elliot with two T's broke the house down. Elliot with two T's rocked it out. Elliot with two T's was the one who did the thing. Everyone looking at Denali like she's a dancing queen. No, Denali was not the dancing queen. Elliot with two T's was. Next was Rose. Then came Denali. I'm just saying. She sure did, Fed. She sure did. I hate to say it, I think Elliot T's got Lala too. As far as Lala did some good things. Lala was hot. I'm talking about the white queens, by the way. When I mentioned the dancing queens, I'm talking about the white queens because every time a white person catch the beat, catch the 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, she's fabulous! Oh my God, she can dance! Oh my God, she's a marvel! Oh my God, put her in Alan Avey. No. Just so happens she caught the fucking beat every once in a while. I'm just saying. So that's why I mentioned the white queens, because every time a white queen can do a little move, a little 1-2 kick step, she becomes the next thing since Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. She's the best. She's the next damn Debbie Allen. And the reality is, Denali is not. If you look at any other white girls, I'm just saying the 4 count. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Anytime a white girl can catch the 4 count or 8 count or 16 count, was not, we think that they're the best thing since sliced bread. No. Denali was average. The dog walk is not about you bouncing up with your knees. It's about the hand moves. It's about the shoulders. It's about all that was. It's about doing all that at the same time. And she wasn't doing all that. All she was doing was bouncing up and down on her knees. That's not a duck walk. Didn't James say that when he saw that bullshit? Wasn't that part of one of James' reviews when he said that Denali really wasn't doing a duck walk? I agree totally with him. I'm like, what's she doing? Having a seizure? I didn't know what she was doing. Kickball chain, right? Not the kickball chain. But yeah, it's just like, I mean, I don't get it. I'm just saying, with your watching ass. But yeah, like it's like no. Tamisha Iman has every right to vent her frustrations as much as she wants to. Do I agree with everything that she done and said? No. But I do understand that the joke, that it also started off as a joke by Bob the Drag Queen towards Monet Exchange on sibling watchery. And the joke has went too far because everyone has put their opinions into the joke. Just like when Monet told Bob the Vixen cussed him out and Asia cussed him out. The same reason, the same way. Monet has exposed that there was tension between the queens. But then they're queens. It's drag. Do you think that there's not going to be any type of more turmoil and craziness going on in it? Why is it our opinion? Why is it our point to try to get involved in it and try to say what's going on? We don't know what's going on. We watch these people like people watch us. The people don't know the backstory. There's backstories to this shit. And when the backstory gets revealed, hold on, y'all. 1 second, please. Hello. 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 So you can tell when it's a bill collector or something like that, or not even a bill collector. I don't know bills that need to be collected, but like people trying to do telemarketing and stuff because they don't answer right away because they want to see if you will answer. I don't have time for that shit. Right. Like you can watch any of Tamisha's pageant performances was now or anything before she got sick and you will see exactly who Tamisha Iman is. And then her garments that she's worn through all these performances and pageants and stuff, she made all of that. Now, not saying that Bob and Monet haven't looked good in certain outfits was not certain things they'd have, but they didn't make it. They didn't put it together. They paid someone to do it. I'm just saying, like people need to understand. I mean, it takes a hard, like Tamisha said. Oh, sorry, it's called Meet the Queens. Like Tamisha said in Meet the Queens, it takes an army to build a drag queen, but it takes an Iman to build a Tamisha. It doesn't take all like Tamisha. She's very much a self-sufficient queen. She just so happens at this present time to have been caught coming out of chemotherapy, learning how to walk, let alone knowing how to dance again, and doing the stuff that she can was able to do when she was not sick. And you see how Bob looked for season 8. Let's keep it real. You see how Bob looked for season 8? The best Bob looked on season 8 was when he did the Madonna challenge, when he had the little Boy Scout uniform. And then the finale. That's the best that Bob looked. Y'all saw that Amazon damn robot suit that he did for the roller skates situation? Look at the damn mess. Looked at a damn mess. The leotard that he walked in with wasn't cute either. Let's keep it. That's not shade. That's honesty, baby. Let's keep it real. Very Fayette, thank you. Very basic. I see you look with your looking ass, Jaded. Right. Very basic. And it doesn't mean that I don't love Bob. Y'all know I know Bob's whole what you call it, I know I'm looking for the spotlight finds me. Over here. Try to tuck it in real tight, but it's not that easy. Since I was a child, Mama keeps saying I've been doing too much. Mama always saying keep your hands up high. I got the magic touch. Whether it's acting, comedy, body, dancing, or serving chocolate chip cookies. I don't like to show off. I'm just saying. I know it all. I love me some Bob. The point is, you like mess. You keep mess up. You kept the mess up. No. I love it. And Monet X Change, when she won, when she tied with Trinity, her verse was the best verse in the finale. You know what I'm saying? I love them, but at the same time, it's not, I know when they're wrong. I'm not going to sit here and follow people blindly and say, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. I just went back to the whole Bob over here thing. But yeah, but still, yeah, I'm not going to sit here and follow you blindly and give you a pass because I like you. No. Bob started the bullshit with the whole joke with Tamisha Iman's coming for you. And from that point on, it's been rolling downhill. It's been gathering steam. It's been gathering bullshit. Ooh, Jada, now that is shade, baby. Jada, that is shade. That is shade. Jada said Trinity won All Stars. No, I think it was a tie. I really do think it was a tie. Jada shady is. Yes, exactly. Bob stirred the pot. That was the whole point I was getting at. Bob stirred the pot. It wouldn't be all this going on if Bob wasn't keep on saying, "Oh, she's coming for you. Oh, Tamisha, come on, coming for you. Oh, yeah, you scared of Tamisha was not. Tamisha was gonna get you was not this and the third." If Bob didn't say all that was not, it wouldn't be what it is right now. You still mad because she said Manila Hall? But that's what it is though, Jaden. You fucking vote for me. I'm sitting here at home like an opportunity to. Because I think if Manila would have stayed, Manila would have won personally. Because Manila was, I think Manila did win All Stars too. Sorry, All Stars, whatever that was, 4, 5, 12, whatever it was. I think Manila did win. But when she voted for Monet said, "I'm gonna send that bitch home when I get the opportunity to," and she did. That's what it is. Monet and thank you, Jaded. Thank you. That shows you how petty and trifling Monet is. Think about it. She did the worst in the challenge. She was in the bottom, was not. Monet was honest. Was gonna send her home if Manila won. And when Monet had the opportunity to get Manila back, what did Monet do? Send her packing. Trifling and very much so. I'm just saying. Thank you for bringing it up, Jade. I forgot all about that, was not. That shows you how petty Monet is. No matter how much she want to smile and laugh and grin in your face, she's petty. That's petty, and it's okay. It's drag. It's okay to be petty. Yes, Manila was wiping the girls. But that right there shows you how petty Monet is. And how she would take something and try to get back at you was not. But her and Bob always says that though. They always say they're petty. They always say they are vengeful. They always say that. Like, I don't know what people are so surprised that they just found someone who is outwardly with that shit. Tamisha is just outwardly with her shit. Tamisha just outwardly gonna cuss your ass out. Tamisha just outwardly, you know what I'm saying, talk shit about you was not and do what she to do in your face. Those two girls have those colonizers skills. I'm just saying, let's keep it real. That's what the colonizers would do. They'll smile in your face and then stab you in your back and send your ass on a boat somewhere. It's the same thing that Manila did. Monet did to Manila. I'm just saying, let's keep it real. I don't care how much you do for the black community, how much you say you down for black this and black that and rice this and rice that was not. When push comes to shove, she had to ask you the right question: are you really black? Because everyone in your atmosphere that we see is other than black. Now, I'm not saying that you don't have black friends, because they even addressed it on season on sibling rivalry one time, that people keep saying that they don't have black friends or they don't have black people around them. All we're saying is we don't see them. We see Monet around Bob. We see Monet and them around Peppermint was not. Well, other than that, we seen Bob and Monet working with the Black Girls Magic production, but we don't see y'all Kennedy, Monet's assistant. I think that's Monet's assistant. Oh no, that's Bob's assistant. Kennedy is a white lady. Bob is dating 2 white people, a white trans man, a white and a white man. Sorry, he's not white. He's Hispanic, but he's shit. He looks white to me. He's one of them white Hispanics. All we hear about Monet doing is sucking black dick, and that's it. But yet her circle is around white people. I'm just saying, and this does not mean, because I like Monet and I like Baba. Let's, if they want to be honest, hell, let me be honest too. Then that's what I see. Granted, I'm not in part of their lives every day, was not, so I don't know if they have black people at their dinner table, was not. But I do know that, you know what I'm saying, everyone that's in their atmosphere is someone other than a black person. People that they have employed that we've seen have been someone other than a black person. I'm just saying what it is. Don't hate me. Hate the fact that I have eyes that I can see. I'm just saying, y'all. So when Tamisha asked the question, are you really black? I understand why she asked the question. It was shade. Who show, Jaded? What show? Bob show, the one on HBO. Yeah, they have a second season of that. What's it called? What's the show called again? We're Here, something like that. Yeah, I think they picked up. I think that's what they were filming yesterday when Bob went live with Eureka and Shangela. I think that what they were filming. Oh, the exchange rate. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I like that too. I mean, I watched the exchange. Like I said, I liked it. I watched it when it was on TV when she was actually in the studio, and I watched it when she was in her apartment. I don't know if they picked it up for a second season or not. I think it was. I think it was better in the studio than it was on her couch. I think on her couch it was too much like a YouTube show. In the studio, it was actually like a real show. I think that if it would have stayed or somehow can go back to the studio, it will be much better, because the one on the couch was running too much of a YouTube situation, in which I was like, ugh, I don't really like this. I mean, YouTube is cute and all, but if you have you have a show and it's with a major network and it's with all these other things, or it's not with guests and things like that, you need to be in the studio so you can actually interact the way you interacted to begin with. I really did enjoy that little show when it was in the studio. On the couch, I watched it, but I really didn't enjoy it as much. See how I gave a critique on that show and didn't take it personal? Didn't say, oh, well, her drag was off point or this and the third. I just said it was better in the studio. It looked more professional in the studio opposed to looking more homemade on her couch. I didn't get on the fact that she had that little sponge, that knitted sponge throw on that couch. I ain't take it personal like that. Just people understand. People think, oh, it's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. But your opinion can be hurtful. Your opinion can be damaging. Your opinion can be full of shade and craziness. What's not that? It doesn't have to be there. Stick to the facts. What did you see? Oh, I didn't like it because I felt that it wasn't flattering. Period. But when you're trying to roast and gag and throw shade, what's not, and tell all these corny ass jokes all the time, someone's bound to be offended. It just is what it is. See, people don't understand like that. Oh, it's my opinion. I'm entitled to it. Yes, you're entitled to your opinion, and I'm entitled to my feelings about your opinion. I'm entitled for me to feel a certain way based on what you feel and what you see and what you said. People don't understand, like people think that, oh, well, I always want to entertain everybody. What's not. The thing is, if you're entertaining someone about me at my expense, if I listen to it or care about it enough, I may get offended. So be prepared for whatever I do to you, whatever I say about you. Because it's not about me calling your feelings at that point. It's about me making sure that I feel better about what I have going on. People don't understand that with that. Your feelings have no bearings on what I do to make myself feel better. That's what I always say, you guys. Everyone doesn't play the same. Why you think you're just roasting and gagging what's not? Not everyone is playing the same. Not everyone is doing the same. It's just not. Like, come on, people. Like, you can't sit up here and think that a joke at my expense, I should take it lightly. I shouldn't. Because I'm not going to joke at your expense. I treat people the way I want to be treated. I do. I can give my opinion or I can give some commentary about somebody was not without breaking that person down. I'm not saying I can't break them down. I just don't want to. I don't see the value in that. If I say I'm here to make today better than it was yesterday and make tomorrow better than it is today, how can I do that when I'm constantly breaking people down? Constantly using someone as my punchline for a joke. I can expect people to like what I give out there was not when it's something always could be perceived as being negative was not. When I know that I'm not being negative and you get offended anyway, was that have nothing to do with me. Nothing absolutely to do with me. But when I'm out here purposely trying to make a joke at your expense, I can't tell you how to respond to that, how to behave to that, how to take that. All I can do is take what you give me at that point. Because I tried it by trying to be a comedian all the time. It's not funny. And Bob was stirring the pot. Bob was being messy. And that's why I don't do apologies with that, because you know what you're doing. So if Bob was to apologize to Tamisha was not, if I was Tamisha, I would accept it. I will move on and get past it. But I will let Bob know. Bob, it was different if you said it once. But you were stirring that pot like it was a thing of roux for gumbo. You make sure that it wasn't sinking to the bottom. You making sure that nothing was sinking to the bottom of that. You making sure that everything was being cooked thoroughly. Because you were just stirring that pot like there was no there was no tomorrow. And not only did you do it once, you did it pretty much every episode since the time you said Tamisha Iman is coming for you to Monet. I really do think that Monet is the casualty of situations. Oh, it's always fun watching them read each other. It's always fun to see. I love Bob and Monet for this reason right here. They are friends in real life, and they've been friends in real life for a while. So they know each other's little secrets was not. They know this and that about each other was not. Now we do. If you watch their podcast, we know a little bit of their secrets as well. We know that Monet was sucking dick at 12, 13 years old. We know that Bob was heavy on drugs and stuff not drugs, alcohol and liquor was not. And now he don't drink at all. But he don't judge anybody for drinking. It was not. We know that he has a trans. We know them. You know what I'm saying? We know them. You always honest, Jade, that I know of. You know what I'm saying? It's always funny when they read each other. Well, it's not. It's always fun because like I said, I see Peppermint, Bob, and Monet all as sisters. I see Peppermint as the oldest sister who moved out the house, who's in college, who's doing her thing. You know what I'm saying? I see Bob as the middle sister. You know what I'm saying? Who is getting ready to go to college, was not trying to get herself together. And I see Monet as a annoying little sister. You know what I'm saying? Who's just trying to be around, who's just trying to be in everyone's hair, just trying to be in the know. That's how I see them was not. So I like their chemistry, whatever. I like when they read each other. I like when they talk shit to each other. I like when they cuss each other out. I like when they're talking. I like when the fact that I know that they have their differences, whatever, but yet at the same time, I know that they truly do care about each other. I like all that about them. That's why I like them. Not only that they're talented, and I think that, you know what I'm saying, they're silly, and I like silly. Well, it's not. But like I said, sometimes silly goes too far at someone else's expense. I'm never going to be like, oh, well, Bob shouldn't have told that joke. I could say that Bob took a joke too far. I think Bob is extremely talented. I think that Bob, his rap skills is crazy. Have y'all heard Bob clap? I mean, verse for Clapback, the one with Shay Juby and what was it called? Miss Cracker. Did y'all hear Bob's version of that Clapback verse? Epic. If I'm talking about bitches, I'm tagging bitches. Like Bob, like I said, I love you. Like I am a Bob stan. So I'm not saying that Bob is wrong or whatever. I'm gonna say, but Bob was stirring the damn pot. I could be a Bob stan, but still be honest about who Bob is. Bob is messy. Bob knows he's messy. Monet is messy. And also vengeful. We saw that on All Stars. Do I think that if Monet had opportunities to make sure that Tamisha Iman wasn't put on a tour with her, I think she would. I think that Monet would use her leverage. Hey, Deanna, baby, how you doing, sweetheart? I think that Monet would use her leverage to make sure that Tamisha Iman was not on a tour with her. Did that mean that I liked Monet less? No. It just means I know who Monet is, or I think I know who Monet is. Do I think that Bob is the one that would be like, no, Monet, don't do that? Well, it's not. Come on, let her come. Yes. I'm good, baby. I'm good, Deanna. You pipping hoes today? Where's Brenda? You better keep your eye on Brenda. Keep that left eye on Brenda, because you know, if you keep your eyes off her, well, it's not. She's going to be all over the place, doing all kinds of things. But yeah, it just is what it is. I mean, that's how I feel about Monet. Don't mean I like her any less. It just means that I see who you are. And I think that's the problem people have on here, especially in this sector. Just because someone says I see you and I might not like aspects of what you do and who you are, they take that as I don't like the whole person. Unfortunately, I'm not the person who throws out the baby with the bathwater. I could say I like you, but I don't like what you've done in this instance. And I don't have to come on here to talk about it. I could talk to you personally about it. People on here get offended when you say you don't like everything they do. They want to be able to take a shit and you say, "Ooh, that shit smells like roses." No, it smells like shit. Stop acting like you are so much more than what you are. You are not entitled to anything. You are not obligated. No one's obligated to kiss your ass. No one's obligated to do anything for you. It's not but you. You want someone who's honest with you, or you want someone who's going to lie to you in your face. Those are the ones that you can't trust. You can't trust the ones who are always going to tell you that everything you did is perfect. But yeah, Bob was stirring the pot. I think Monet was a casualty of this situation. You know what I'm saying? But I also think that since Monet is a casualty, was not she going to do her way to fight her way back into what she needs to be for her to feel comfortable, which is okay. And I think that Tamisha just isn't one to play with. As far as she's kind of like me. I don't think talking about me is funny. I don't think joling and roasting and gagging is funny. It's not for me. Don't make me the butt of the joke. Make me part of the joke. And I think that she feels like she is the butt of the joke opposed to being part of the joke. And I think that Bob really did want her to be part of the joke. And I just think that everyone else throwing their opinions into it has convoluted the whole situation, have made this whole situation murky. And now Tamisha Iman feels like she's part of the joke opposed to being. I think she feels as though she's a butt of the joke opposed to being part of the joke. And I think that no one wants to be the butt of the joke. I think everyone wants to mind being part of a joke, but when you become the butt of a joke, you get in your feelings a little bit. You do. I know I do. I ain't gonna lie to you. Exactly right. Exactly, JD. Like I mean, you don't have to like everything she do, but shit, damn, you experience this shit too. You experience how the hate can be overwhelming. Well, it's not. So why would you help with that? I think is what her point is. You experience this shit, so you know what it is. You know how this shit is. You know how these crazy ass little young people was not in the RuPaul fandom is gonna go crazy. Now you have old people from this sector talking shit about Tamisha Iman. Oh, I was going to buy something from Tamisha Iman, but only because of Bob said it. No, babe, that means you was a Tamisha Iman fan. Because if you was a Tamisha Iman fan, you would have known since her first show after the RuPaul's Drag Race that she was selling shoes, that she was selling merch, t-shirts and things. You would have known that from the very onset because she said it on her own web show. I'm just saying. But, and also, y'all don't think that some of this anger and animosity comes from the fact that they took down her phenomenal video? World of Wonder. Well, actually, I don't know who it is, so I can't lie about it. But the video that she produced herself, made herself, start her own music, her own song, her own dances, was that what the one that she premiered on RuPaul's Drag Race, the finale? That's down now, and she can't republish it because part of the contract they say that anything that is shown on the show is now part of their property. World of Wonder, that is. Yeah, I think Tamisha Iman would be pissed off. She put in money and time, and editing was not for this thing that she can possibly make money on based on her views and stuff like that. But now she can't because it's down now, and based on the contract that Bussy made or read out, it says that anything that is on the show is now part of the show. Yeah, I'd be pissed off too with World of Wonder. I would be pissed off too with RuPaul's Drag Race. People say, well, it's giving you an opportunity. No, it's giving you an opportunity that they have a large part in. They are the ones who can tell you what management to go to, what's not, and possibly get 20% of your earnings. And if you do something for them, they always don't have to pay you because it's part of your contract. Yeah, I'd be upset too that the opportunity that I thought it was isn't the opportunity that I think it is. Yeah, I'd be upset too. And then I have two melanated queens coming at me too. And when I say coming at me, I'm using air quotes because that could be her mindset. There's a lot of disgruntled Black queens for RuPaul's Drag Race. There's a lot of disgruntled queens, not because they're not working hard, but why do you think that people don't have? They'll be part of the atmosphere for a year or so based on what the contract said was not. But then they don't want to go back for the whole 3-year thing. And you heard Bussy, Bussy Queen. Well, Bussy Queen says that if you go back to do another show, that 3 years start all over again until you're on the show 8 times. So you're up to 32 years. Basically, under World of Wonder thumb with that contract, because they get you for 8 performances or 8 show situations based on the contract. So if you call me on the last day of the contract for the 3 years to get me to be put on the show, it starts all over again. And you can keep on doing that to mess with me with that, so I can't make any money. And the thing is, you can't promote the fact that you was a Ru girl unless it's part of the World of Wonder production. So you can't say, I was on RuPaul's Drag Race night. So you can't go to your local things or go to out of state was not and promote the fact that you was on RuPaul's Drag Race. Unless it's unless you're going to give them part of the money. Yeah, I'll have a problem too. Yeah. People don't understand, like, business is not, you give me an opportunity to come here, or it's not. No, that's the only opportunity I get. Now you own me. No, that's not how it works. That's why that's what people in this sector is in the contracts they're in with who they're in it with. Because they think that it's okay to give someone the power over you. It's not okay. You can't control what I say, what I do. That's not right. Like, come on now. But yeah, I just wanted to let y'all know that, this whole thing is Bob's fault. I still love me some Bob. I still love me some Monet. I still love me some Tamisha. But I think that Bob started it. Monique is a casualty of war, and Tamisha's handling it the way she's going to handle it, based on how what she's experienced. When Bob told Monique that Tamisha Iman's coming for her, and kept saying it, People took it to heart. People took it seriously, so they went to go attack Tamisha. Tamisha felt like this is what they put out there was now, so she attacked them back. No matter how much they love her, Bob still started the bullshit. Love you, Bob. You started the bullshit, baby. You did. You put it out there that Tamisha Iman is coming from Monet. People took it and ran with it. And it is what it is. This is where y'all are now. Hopefully this is a lesson to tell y'all the jokes that you tell. Be careful with them. I know you're a comedian. You've been on Last Comic Standing. You've been on all these other shows. Well, it's not. You've been doing roast. You have your whole comedy tour. Well, it's not that you're going on your own comedy specials and stuff. I watch those too. We'll continue to watch them. But be mindful when you putting people into your jokes or making people the punchline of your jokes. There are consequences to these actions. Like I tell you all the time, there are real world consequences to these YouTube personas and personalities. There are real world consequences because not everyone plays the same. Not everyone is going to respond the same. Not everyone's going to act the same. Not everyone's going to appreciate your humor the same. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll be just as offended if I was Tamisha. Don't talk shit about me when you was busted as hell on your seasons. Shit. Y'all was busted as fuck. Y'all was busted as fuck and basic as fuck on y'all seasons. Well, it's not. So don't talk about me when I'm able to do what I can do. Not everyone's gonna be avant-garde. Not everyone's gonna be high fashion. Not everyone will that. Some of them is gonna be pageant ready at all times. Some people are going to make sure that they look presentable at all times, without trying to go outside the box that they're comfortable in. I'm just saying. Anyways, y'all, let me get ready for work. Love y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. As always, it's not important that I love you guys. It's important that you love yourself, love someone else, respect yourself, and definitely respect someone else. Bob, Monet, Tamisha, respect someone else. You know what I'm saying? Y'all thank you so much for being here. Once again, I appreciate you guys. If you haven't liked the video already, please like the video on the way out. I would definitely appreciate it. And I will talk to you crazy kids later. Until next time, y'all. Mwah. Bye-bye.